So welcome to Take Me Higher. These are video clips and hints and tips that Ash and I are producing for our consultancy. I'm Justin Meredith, co-founder of Take Me Higher, and this is Ash Simmons.
And I'm Ash, as Justin mentioned. For this segment, we're talking about self-awareness. Self-awareness for me is something that I concentrate on and put a lot of effort into. I'm a 6'4", 110 kilo guy with a significant military background, tattoos, and like combat sports. So that can leave an impression. First impressions last, and that can often shut a lot of doors for me. So I'm aware of that, and I act and present myself in a manner that will deflect those things. It'll show my personal side. I will be authentic, and I'm self-aware of how that looks. So it doesn't slam those doors. It actually provides them, leaves a slight crack for me to sort of walk through.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point you make, and I think I've faced it a lot over my career as well. When I first started out in pharmaceutical repping, I was a rugby player. I was, again, doing combat sports, about not quite as big and heavy as you, but probably looked like a bit of a bruiser. But I'd be going into doctors' offices to have conversations about, really deep things like rheumatology, osteoporosis, etc. So I had to try and almost be aware of what I would look like walking in through the door, but try and make sure that I acted with authenticity in a way that allowed them to see, hey, this is someone I want to kind of continue the conversation with and can continue to do business with. So
yeah, that's right. I mean, like I alluded to, a long and quite expansive military background, and I can't act in a corporate world like I can on a battlefield. The way that we talk, the way that we communicate, language, it's not just how we say it, it's how we look, how we use our body language. All those sort of things are quite important. So it's very important that I, for one, portray myself in a way that comes across as a professional person rather than just someone that's come straight off a battlefield and walked into an office and conduct myself the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're talking, I'm kind of thinking, this is a really vital part of emotional intelligence, isn't it? That EQ, knowing who you are and trying to make sure that you fit into your surroundings. So it's great to act with authenticity, but sometimes we've got to dial up and dial down certain parts of our personality to make sure that we fit in. And I remember years ago somebody saying to me, "You've got to be an authentic chameleon," right? And I really liked it because it got me thinking. Obviously, chameleons can slightly change their color to adapt to their environment. But if you're with your military friends, you can probably dial up certain parts of your sort of your language, fit in a bit more. But then when you're at that boardroom, it's time to kind of start thinking, well, I still act with authenticity, but I've got to try and fit into the environment that I'm in.
Yeah, that's right. And the authentic chameleon is great. It remains the same entity and just slightly changes its colors for its environment. So that's a great analogy and a way to explain that. It's, for me, I guess the final sort of point for me on this is to know what you're good at and know what you need help with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm not good at. I'm happy to put my hand up and say, look, I'm struggling here. I need some guidance. Can I get that? If I bumble my way through that, then it's a reflection on me. I look not as professional as what I could.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that's really important for me.
No, it's true. And I think asking for help can sometimes be seen as a weakness, but actually in reality, you're showing, hey, I'm actually really good at these things. I know my strengths, but where I need perhaps a little bit more support and a bit more propping up, is really important to flag that early on, because then you will get the support you need, One more thing on that I think I've always loved is understand your values, understand and define what your values are, and carry them as part of who you are through your life. Because then at least, regardless of what happens, you're being true to yourself. And if you understand who you are and you've got that self-awareness and that self-confidence, for want of another word, you can kind of just carry yourself through it because you know your true north and you know where you're going. Yeah,
it's a great point. Particularly, you look at society today, everyone's trying to be someone else. You see the true performers and the people that really stand out are the ones that know who they are and are happy to be and live to their values. You see they're successful, and more importantly, they're more often happier. And for me, that's one of the most important things in lives. You can be successful and be unhappy, or you can be maybe a little bit less successful and be having a great time, great friends, great family, great business partners. And that's what success is to me.
Excellent. Love that one. Brilliant. Okay.